Okay, so I'm just going to make a quick tutorial for you to help you out here. So when you're here, you want to go over to this spawn point and just spawn in right here. Okay, there's only 2 spawn points, so it's not that hard to find it. Alright, see that island out there? Okay, just come on over here to this point. And anywhere in here, doesn't really matter where you're at. Oh, what in the world? Not what I was trying to do. Okay, you see all them buoys out there? That's where it's at. Let me open this up and kind of show you, whoops, what's all out there to catch. Okay. Trophy, trevally, unique Japanese amberjack, trophy trevally, unique trevally, or let's see here. There's more out here. Hold on. Trophy green jobfish. This is one that you can target. It's not very big and it does have good value. Unique jobfish and narrow barred mackerel. These are all, and there's more fish here. Okay, but those are trophies and uniques that I've caught, and they're all right there. Okay, so set your rod stand out. Okay. Now, the size of hook you use and the bait you use is going to determine what you're going to catch. Trevallies, man, are huge and they will basically kick your butt. Okay, and the bigger the hook you use, the bigger the fish you're going to catch. Now, one bait in particular targets the jobfish, and that is the sand fleas, which you can buy, I believe, at level. What would be the level? Let's see. Hold on, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a different rod on here. Not that one either. Okay, this is what I want. Get the sand flea here. Alright, get sand flea. Make sure you buy these at the global store before you go. And these will almost exclusively target the jobfish. They will catch smaller fish, some really small fish that are available, but they also particularly target the jobfish. And that's one fish that, with your equipment at level 73, you'll be able to get that fish in no problem. Now, you can catch the Japanese amberjack with the equipment that you have, and that will work just fine too. It's quite a cast out there. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Put that down. Well, that is not sure what's going on here. Okay. Trying to get these in the proper slot. Okay, 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm looking for. Regular bait, like small cut bait, will work. Okay. Also, your freshwater baits do work. They don't work the best here, but they will work. Small minnows also will work. But the sand fleas in particular target the jobfish. Okay. And let me check the time here. We're in a really bad time, so let's just forward that up. Okay. Now, you can also cast a lure. If you have a rod, you can cast that. You're going to really have a chance of hooking into the Japanese amberjack. Like I said, just change the time, and all of a sudden this is small minnows, and this here is a Mackenzie rod, that kind of like what you might have available in at level 73 in the Congo. We got something going on, see, and it is struggling, and I don't know what else we got going on there. And that's on small cut bait. This is going to be a very small fish here. I'm just going to switch out here real quick. It's going to take a while to get in. Man, that small minnow. This one will come in. I think this is probably an anchovy. Oh no, it's a big reef squid. Come on. Yeah, those squids, they will bite just about anything you throw in the water. Except for the sand fleas. You won't catch them on the sand fleas, but any kind of meat of any kind. Small cut bait, those big fin reef squids, definitely. So you might think this is like a huge fish that I'm fighting here, but the fish in Japan actually fight like 4 times harder than freshwater fish in the Congo. Pound for pound, you know, a 20-pound fish is going to fight like an 80-pound fish in the Congo. They've really boosted these fish up here. This, what is this? Narrow barred mackerel? Yes. What do we got? No, it's a little trevally. Okay. So 42-pound giant trevally. So, you know, 3,800, 13. It's, you know, not a tremendous amount. Nothing, you know, actually in the Congo, you're going to get a lot better money in cash for the amount of fighting that you're going to put in. I would say just clip it off around 200. That's the problem. You really do have to cast way out there. Let me see here. Which rod was number 4? Let's. I'm just going to clip it off around there. We'll see what happens. Now, with a good spoon or something, you can catch. See how deep it is? This is going straight down. You'll catch the Japanese amberjack here. Go a little faster here. But you got to get it out there. Not even getting close, but maybe we can pick something up. Not heavy enough. Throw it out there that far. And this is again, oh, this is a little bit bigger. Not too big. Could be a very small job fish. Or a big squid. It looks like another stupid squid. No, it's not. What is it? What do we got here? Oh, yeah, it is a little job fish. So, all right. Let me put a better lure on here. Something I can cast out there a good long ways. That's a 2-ounce medium spoon. I think you can get that one at level 73. Let me see here how far I can cast it. Almost. It's hard to cast far enough with a spinning rod to get out there. close 200 feet to where the amberjacks are. Gonna have to put something on heavier. Trying to use things that you can get at level 73. What do I have that's heavier than 2 ounces? Don't really have anything. These are lures you get here in Japan. You don't have any of these. That's 1 ounce. Yeah, I'm not really sure. That swim bait is 2.5 ounces. I may be able to use that one. Okay, what do we got here? We got something. Small cut bait. Okay, that's a decent fish here. Might be a job fish. You can catch those in trophy and unique. They're worth some money. But again, you're not going to catch anything here that's as valuable as the fish you can catch in, and not at level 73. And you're not going to catch anything. The fish in the Congo are going to be way more valuable. You know, especially your tiger fish, your Goliath tiger fish, your Nile perch. And you're going to you can catch a lot of good fish there. What do we got going on here? Yeah, see here, 33 pounds, 800. I mean, that's just, I can catch walleye in, at St. Croix that is worth that much XP. So it's really, you know, it's kind of questionable whether or not at anything lower level, if it's worth to come here. Because if you can't fish for the big fish, which you really can't with level 73 equipment, you're not really catching stuff that, let's see if I can make it out there with this. Come on, come on. Nope. No, I actually went shorter. This is going to be a, ooh, there we go. Well, the small cut bait so far is winning the race for the best freshwater bait. Oh, I have a 6/0 hook on here. Okay, that's my problem. Why I'm good grief. Yeah, I'm going to definitely hook something really big with this. But you know, these fish don't really fight much. They just kind of do this, go back and forth. They're kind of, one thing about this Japan level, the fish are kind of boring. They have no personality, no character, and you will spend a lot of time just holding the reel button down, watching your line slowly move in the water. You know, and there's not a whole lot you can do, but other just wait it out, you know. Until you get high level, you know, saltwater stuff, and you don't even get that until like level 85 is where you actually start getting into some stuff that actually has, like, you know, we're talking like 150 pound test line. Actually has some power to get things in. It's a lot of just watching and doing this right here, which quite frankly for me just isn't fun. That's a little squid. You can tell it's barely able to bend the end of the rod, so I'm not worried about this. We'll just keep, basically you will wear your equipment out here and in the Japan level just doing this. It will just stress your equipment. Your line will start to wear out, and you know, if you fish with big hooks, it's basically one right after the other. So, you know, and if you're fishing on the boat, it's even more boring. Yeah, squids, once they bite, they pretty much will never let loose. They will sit there for an hour and do that. Unlike other fish, once you hook a squid, it's hooked, even if you're using a barbless hook. And once the squid move in, that's all you catch. They're kind of irritating. And really, you can go up to a 6/0 hook, and you're still going to catch them. You will still hook those stupid squids. So, but if you put on big hooks, then you run the risk of catching fish like this, which are just gonna take forever. It's a trevally. These are like pulling in a sheet of plywood sideways through the water. It came in. Okay, so 64-pound fish, 2,000. All that fighting, it really is not that much. Let me go ahead and just quiet these things here. Wait a second, I grabbed the wrong one. Like I said, it's just squid. And once they don't really bite the bait, they just get snagged through the tentacle. That's why they can't get off. Like that, see? They're worth nothing. Now, to kind of slow them down a little bit and maybe increase the size of fish, I'm going to go to a 5/0. You're not going to catch anything else besides a, like this kind of fish right here. The squid will bite just about anything you throw in the water. So, just kind of and like I said, once they get hooked, they never let go. And see, big, just a waste of time. But I'll put on a 5/0 hook, and that'll increase the chances of maybe hooking a bigger job fish. And let's see here. If you want to go for the Japanese mackerel, you can use finger mullets, like a shiner. Let's see, let's put this down. Let's go down. Around there. Just chunk it right out there. The amberjack, not the Japanese mackerel, I'm sorry. Japanese amberjack. Put that out there, and you'll catch it on that. Or a trevally. They're kind of hard. You catch more trevallies, and they aren't really worth that much. But let me try to catch one. This is on a 5/0 hook, and it's probably another stupid squid. Yeah, it's really hard. They're kind of a pain. Bite everything you throw in the water. The number 1 rod hasn't got hit. What has it got on it? A small minnow? Well, small minnow's not working very well. And that's got that 6/0 hook. And that's not what I want to do. So there's another bait here that I think you can probably get. If you put that Japanese flying squid, that's an amazing bait. Gulf shrimp is also a great bait. Large fish trip, but you'll have to be higher level to get those. These sea worms actually do work to some extent, and they're cheap and cheap to buy. And they kind of don't target the bigger fish. There we go. Trying to find something that allow me to get out there around 200 feet. Dual swim bait. That's 2.5 ounce. 4-aught. Let's try the Golem lure. Let's see how far I can cast it. Not very far at all. Oh, this looks like a better fish here. Yes, hopefully this looks like a job fish. There, the one's got another squid on. Yeah, about the best fish you can target that's not going to basically wear your line out and your rig out is the job fish. And you know, but again, you're going to have to catch a lot of them to equal anything. And you will deal with a lot of these big fin reef squid. You will catch a lot of them. Now, I could catch bigger fish easily, okay, by putting on like medium or large cut bait and stuff. You can catch or crabs or clams, things like that. Trevally will pick up on those clams. But like I said, unless you go past a 6-aught hook, you're going to be hooking these little squids. It's pretty much, they are just a nuisance. Alright. Oh, that didn't go very well. Let's see here. Let's try this bullet spinner. Nope. I pretty much just can't throw that far. I mean, I can, but not with this rod. This is a pretty heavy-duty spinning rod. It's not a level 73. Now, once you get to level 83, you can actually buy a saltwater rod, and you can get, these trolling lures here. Now this right here, buddy. Let's do this one here. Okay. See if I can throw this out there. Nope. These pikers or pilkers, they are good lures. They work for trolling. Most of these are just trolling lures, but I have cast them and caught stuff. Okay, see how far I can throw this thing. Nope, as far as I can go. Another job fish. Now, as you can see, I'm intentionally targeting these job fish because I don't want to fight a big fish. But if I put on Gulf shrimp, okay, let me show you the difference here. Yeah, you hear that out there? Now I'll hook a Alright, let me go back to this. Yeah, let me try, let's see here. That's a 6 ounce, so I can't throw that. Too heavy. Alright, let's try how far I can throw this. About the same distance. There we go. There, that's gonna be a good one. I was able to get it, those pilkers, but of course you can get some pilkers. Not this one, you have to buy this one, but you can get them by completing missions. And this is going to be in a Japanese amberjack. That's what I was trying to get there. And, you know, 250, 20-pound fish is just the XP's not there. So, unfortunately, they didn't really make the Japanese level beneficial for anyone to come to unless you really just buy one of the expensive pack like the Japan Odyssey pack with the ship, and it comes with a 200-pound casting rod and a 150-pound bottom rod. Now, you know, here's a trophy job fish, 900 XP or 1000 XP. It's just really not good. Caught that on the Gulf shrimp. We're going to go out just a little bit further. Yeah, let's do 225. Okay. So, you know, everybody wants to come here, but if you're not prepared to come here, you know, where you can handle, you know, big tunas and things like that, it just is not. And it's just not good. It's just, I hate it, but there's nothing really of value that you can catch at a lower level here. I could go out on a boat and I can fish tuna with these rods, but it's a long fight, and you only got 24 hours in a short amount of time to fish. I mean, I'm talking you can spend an hour, a real-time hour, trying to pull one fish in, and it'll take out 25-30% of the durability of your rod. So I caught that amberjack close enough. Let me go to something that maybe you can use. Yeah, try, no, I'm gonna try this again. I think that I threw this about 180. Let me see here. I didn't get a quite full one there. Yeah, that's good. Let's just jig that down there. I had to try to drop it to the bottom because I didn't. You got to be out there pretty good ways before they'll hook. Or you can see some tuna over there. What in the world? I'll try to cast as far as I can. Nope, didn't get it. Boy, I'm not casting very well today. Another squid. I mean, I have not found a bait. You will not catch those stupid things on. Now, if you use a really small hook, like a number 1 or number 10, oop, something hit it within 100 feet. What was that? Well, that's pretty close. Ooh, we got a good one on here. That's on that Gulf shrimp, I bet you. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And yeah, big old trevally. And now the endless reeling of the slow moving fish comes into play. This. There, tank goes, man. It's just running. This fish didn't even know it was hooked. We're going out towards 500 feet, and I cannot stop it. I mean, it's just good night. I just took out 300 feet of line. And there it goes again. This fish is going to spool me. This is a trophy trevally, maybe. Maybe a unique trevally. I don't know. Yeah, you better spool your line with braid and lots of it if you come here. You can have fish to pull you out 7, 8, 900 feet. There we go. Getting some line back here. And by the time I'm done, I'll get 1,000 XP, maybe 2,000 at most. If this was, if this was a Nile perch, you would get 20,000, 30,000 XP, 15 in minimum. You'll spend more time fighting these fish than you will a 400-pound Nile perch, and you won't get anything for it, really, not comparatively. The developers just they, from a marketing standpoint, there was a lot of hype behind this, and it just doesn't deliver. Now, once you get, they basically want you to buy an expensive pack for rods. That's essentially what they want. If you will go ahead and spend the $60 to buy the Japan Odyssey pack, you'll get that nice yacht. You'll get, you'll get some really good rods that will handle, some big fish, and you'll have all the top level equipment and stuff, and you'll be able to actually fish. But even then, gotta be totally honest, it's boring because it's just a lot of this. The fish again, it doesn't matter whether it's a tuna or it's a marlin or it's a grouper or whatever it is. The fish have no character. They just basically are like trying to pull in a sheet of plywood. And when you're on a boat, it's even worse because basically they just go straight down, and so you're just looking over the aft of the boat, and you're just looking like, your line going straight down in the water and slowly moving around. At least, this one is going from side to side, but when you're out in the deep water, they just go straight to the bottom. And they just stay there until you wear them out. It's kind of like trying to winch up a car from the bottom of the ocean. So, and that's sad. That's sad that, if they would have just made the game more exciting, I think a lot of people would be more encouraged. But most people that come to Japan, come fish this level, like the ones that I know of, they go back to the Congo because they're like, hey, this is boring. The Congo's a lot more exciting. We're finally working this baby in here. Okay. Another thing about this map is it's absolutely massive. Okay, you can get in a boat and travel at high speed for 1 real hour real time in one direction and not cross this map. You can go a very long ways, and there are giant expanses of water with nothing in them. The fish are congregated in certain areas, and then there's just massive gaps where there's nothing, and you're just traveling. A big old trophy trevally, come on. There we go. And for all that effort, a trophy trevally, 113 pounds, 8,000 XP. If that would have been a unique Nile perch, we're talking 20 to 30,000, or a giant trophy or unique Goliath tigerfish would be, 20, 30,000 XP. So, just not, like I said, it's not worth paying the 30,000 game credits to come here. Let me see what I've earned so far. Obviously, I could stay here longer, but let me see in all that I've done if I've actually earned the price of admission to come here. Go here. Fish keeper. I've got 30,000. I've not paid for it totally yet. And here you go. The best fish I've got here is this trophy trevally. And it was 8,000 XP, 10,000 cash. And then this one here, most things are low value, and you're going to have to catch a lot of them to actually make up. Yeah, that's interesting. It's just, in my opinion, save your money. Once you get high enough level, you make it to a level you can qualify to come here. You can go over here to the boat area, and you can come down here and you can rent this boat here. It costs 20,000 to rent it. And it has this super ugly, dirty windshield that looks like it's got grunge on it, and there's nothing you can do. And when you start out, everything on the boat is actually broken. All the depth finders, sonars, and GPS, everything is broken on it. And you have to complete all these missions to fix it up. But nothing fixes the windshield. The windshield remains dirty because they basically want you to buy this ship over here. This one right here. No, which one is it? This one? Yeah, I think no, there it is. That one. It's this one. They want you to buy this boat. Okay, so this boat, you can buy it. It comes with the $60 pack here. And, you get up there and you got these rod holders and stuff, and it goes a lot faster, and you make more money. So anyways, but if you pay the price to get here, the license for one day is, I can't remember what that was. What was the license for one day? Licenses. Can't remember. But it's 30,000 something to travel here, plus 20,000. So, you're in 60, 70,000 credits just to come here and get on a boat, and then you won't be able to catch anything of any decent size to pay that back. And you only get it for 24 hours. So unless you can just fish all day and night, real time, you're really not making much money. And another thing is, you will wear your equipment out, and you'll have to repair your rods and reels and stuff like that. In one day's time, your rod, your line, your reels, everything will be worn down to a nub, and you'll have to spend money there. So in my honest opinion, Japan is not worth it at level 73. All right, guy, I hope this video helped you out, and we'll talk to you later.